Then, how are you going to relate interpersonal communication with sports? Well, of course, it is a communication between two persons, not a group of people. So it will help to increase the bonding between the coach and the athlete, or even the working partners if you are having a tag team game. So it's good for your bonding bonding session, or it's even good for your chemistry creator, for your working partners or your teammates, right? So this interpersonal communication really helps in create a good working and competing environment. It helps to increase the awareness upon the teammates, coaches, and bosses. And you can see this through coach-athlete relationship. You can see from Jowett and Tumani's 2004. So this interpersonal communication really helps in understanding your coach, in understanding your athlete, in understanding your boss, in understanding your workers, in understanding whoever person that you have a relationship with. So by having a good interpersonal skills or interpersonal communication skills, it really helps you to strengthen the interpersonal relationship, because you know how to talk to them, you understand them well, and you can even tolerate with them. So this will definitely give you a benefit. So a good interpersonal communication will definitely sustain a good interpersonal relationship. We're talking about the interpersonal communication. So we have couples, teams, and culture. So the nature of communication in interpersonal relationship. So previously we talked about interpersonal communication. Now we're talking about the interpersonal relationship. Well, interpersonal relationship happens in during the interpersonal communication, because according to Miller and Steinberg 1975, interpersonal communication occurs within an interpersonal relationship. So, um, therefore, it means that whenever you have an interpersonal relationship, you are going to develop an interpersonal communication, because you have an interpersonal relationship. So definitely when you're communicating, it develops interpersonal communication. So interpersonal communication is limited to the situation when we have the knowledge about the personal characteristic of a person, the qualities, and the behavior of the person. Because you have to remember, interpersonal communication happens within an intimate bonding. So you have already know about your partner, your siblings, your parents, or whoever um, the person that you have interpersonal relationship with. So you have already know the personal characteristic. You know how they behave. You know how they talk. You know how is their understanding towards what you are going to communicate. So this interpersonal communication is very limited to the situations that we have already know the other person. Okay, while interpersonal relationship is defined as the association between two people who have interdependent, it means that you are connected to each other, who use the same patterns of interactions, and who have interacted for an extended period of time. I've already given you an explanation. I've already given you an example. Um, for example, that you are born in a family, so your parents, your siblings, they already know who you are. So the relationship has already extended during the period of time. So they know you since birth. So that is why you have already created an interpersonal relationship with them. Okay. So these are the elements in the interpersonal relationship. Don't confuse interpersonal relationship with interpersonal communication. Okay. So accordingly, interpersonal relationship and interpersonal communications are quite similar, because you know, interpersonal communication happens because of interpersonal relationship. So interpersonal relationship includes two or more people, Okay, interpersonal relationship involve people who are interdependent, connected to each other, mutually dependent, and have impact on each other. For example, like your siblings, of course they're having impact on you because you love your siblings and they love you. So these kind of feelings will give you affections. Okay, individuals in interpersonal relationship use some consistent patterns of interactions. For example, there will be a different way of communication from how you say hello to your parents and how you say hello to your friends and how you say hello to a new stranger that you just met. So um, those who are in interpersonal relationship, they have that consistent patterns on interaction. So they have already like some code how to say hello to different people based on the interpersonal relationship bonding. Okay, so individuals in interpersonal relationship generally have interacted for some time. Okay, so just like what I mentioned just now, maybe because your siblings or your parents know you already since birth, so this this interpersonal relationship had bonded for extent of time. Okay, so what are the importance of having interpersonal relationships? Of course it's important. You are interacting with people, right? So there are actually full needs that should be fulfilled. So uh, interpersonal relationship fulfill the basic needs of the need for inclusion or become involved with others. That's why you're making new friends. That's why you are you crush on someone. So that's why you're falling in love. That's why you love your parents. So because the need for inclusion, you want to become involved with others. Okay, and then number two, the need for affections or holding fond and a tender feeling towards another person. So number two is not actually you have to fall in love, but all kinds of feelings and affections towards your family, towards your friends, towards your lecturers, towards your students, towards your pets are also considered as the need of for affections or holding fond. You need to have a tender feelings towards the another person. Okay. And then number three, this is very important, the need for control or the ability to influence others, our environment, and ourselves. Therefore, um, the interpersonal relationship fulfill the basic needs of you want to control the relationship, you want to control other people, or maybe you've been controlled by someone. For example, like our parents, they really love us, so they always think about what's best for us. So it seems that what they told us is like they are controlling um, our actions, or they're trying to restrict our actions, but actually that is how they tell us that they love us. So as you can see, all of these three give impact towards the social environments of your life. So how is it impacting the sports environment? So of course, by having an interpersonal relationship, you have the feelings to be involved in the decision made by your coaches. That is why sometimes you you will discuss with your coach about the decisions, and then you also have a respect feelings towards your coach, and also you are able to control the situations. Okay, because sometimes um, this is just an example, right? Even though the coach should have control on their athletes, but sometimes the athletes also have control on their coaches. Okay, so this interpersonal relationship is very important for you to understand, because after this you're going to work, you're going to be in industry, you're going to have a lots of interactions with new people. So definitely it's a must to understand this. Okay,